Still the one, Adelaide's Channel 9.
Welcome. The highlights of the deciding match in the Spencer Hedges World Series. At the moment, South Africa 1, Australia 1. These are the teams listed today by the two captains when they walked out onto the field. Allan Border, David Boon, Matthew Hayden for Australia, then Dean Jones and the Waugh brothers, Healy, Reiffel, Warne, McDermott and Tim May. Two spinners again for Australia. Mark Taylor is the 12th man. South Africa, well, they've made changes. They have Stewart and Callaghan and Rundle in. Cullinan, McMillan and Simcox are out. McMillan is the victim of food poisoning. That's bad luck for the South Africans. He's a very, very handy all-rounder. Conditions just about perfect here at the SCG for this deciding final, and Allan Border won the toss and decided to bat. The South Africans kept them tied down in the first 8 overs. They'd made just 11 runs when we joined play. Fanie de Villiers is bowling. David Boon has taken strike. Your commentators, Bill Laurie and Tony Gregg.
He tried the pull shot. Oh, and that's poorly fielded. Doesn't give away a run, but that's not needed. And Callaghan has to lift his game. He's had 2 attempts here today already, and he's very, very slow.
So I mentioned that perhaps the attempt at the pull shot. It looks to me as if Boon is going to try and do that.
Oh, here's a chance, surely. It's got to be out. Got to be out, that one. Have a look at that on replay. Well, unless Hayden's running at even time.
Don't worry about the replay. He may as well keep going. That was out by miles. There it is. You'll see this. It was out from the minute he set off. All he had to do was hit the stumps direct, and the man you've been giving such a hard time, Callaghan, moves in there. What a good job he's done. All over.
He took a long time to throw it. It was a very long throw, and I'm another look at that replay. I think Hayden's in with a real chance to survive here. He should have been gone. Callaghan there took a long time to get rid of it, and here's a job to the third umpire. It's very, very close indeed.
Oh, I think this will tell the story. Have a look at this. Clonk. There we go. Got to be out.
He'll get the benefit of the doubt, I think, Hayden. Very tough for the umpires. The third umpire giving Hayden the benefit of the doubt, and certainly there was some there. That's through. Breaks the shackles for Matthew Hayden. 7 off the over. It's no wicket for 18. Greg Chappell and Richard Hadley take up the commentary.
Thank you, Bill, and plenty of excitement here at the Sydney Cricket Ground. And Allan Donald will continue. Good drive from David Boon. He's very good straight down the ground. The outfield's pretty quick.
So Boon and Hayden are certainly picking up the tempo now for the Australians as the run rate goes up to 2.64. Certainly a very fine shot by Boon.
Boon on 16. He's taken 2 boundaries from the bowling of Allan Donald. This one won't go, but there'll be 3 runs. No, Matthew Hayden decides he's had enough close shaves for one day. Let's settle for 2. Well, it's a misfielding there, and that'll allow the ball to go right down to third man. It won't go all the way, but Matthew Hayden, again, not quite sure that he wants to come back. So another good over for Australia. 12 runs from that over, none for 30. As we have a new bowler. Allan Donald being replaced by Richard Snell, right arm fast medium bowler, and he'll be bowling from the Paddington end. And Richard Snell has taken a slide. It's very unnerving for a bowler when he comes in and first time around the wicket, so it hasn't been used before in this particular match. You'll see the back foot come down, and the next thing to hit the deck is the bowler. David Boon getting the width he likes, and he doesn't waste too many of them. Disappointing way to finish the over for Richard Snell. None for 41. In the commentary position, we have Ian Chappell, and with him, Richie Benno.
Chance now for spin to be brought in. Dave Rundle is the man about to bowl from the members' end. He's at the MA Noble stand end at the SCG. He's got him, toe on the line. That's well bowled by Dave Rundle. He's broken through again, as he did up in Brisbane on his first appearance in these limited overs international matches. Good breakthrough. Matthew Hayden pressured and pressured there by the bowlers and the field placings, and eventually going to Dave Rundle.
Dave Rundle helped there by the quiet achiever, Dave Richardson. Just goes about his job quietly but very efficiently. So the first man out for Australia, Matthew Hayden. It's 1 for 62.
A wonderful reception there for Dean Jones, who is a legend and has done wonderfully well since he came back in as a rejuvenated limited overs player.
So somehow if the Australians get round about 2:30, it could well have been somewhere around about 2:10, 2:20 had the fielding been better. But Jones certainly getting that one away very fine down the leg side there. And of course, he's very fast between the wickets. We know that. It's 3 runs.
Boon now on 42 of 71 balls. Jones wants to. Will Boon come back? Yes, he will.
Well, the interesting thing is, Tony, at 1 for 75, the South Africans have still done quite well to restrict the Australians to that score. The fact that we're in the 25th over, there have been missed fields, as we've seen on a few occasions. That's the way to play spinners, is to get right down to the pitch of the ball. Instead of just waiting for it to come, you go and meet it.
He's got that into the gap. It's going down to the boundary for 4, right off the meat of the bat again. That brings up David Boon's 50. A loose ball there from Rundle, and David Boon really got stuck into it. Better than that, he placed it perfectly. Now of 79 balls, and Jones has 14 or 15, and we're going to see Snell back into the attack. But that is his strength, there's no doubt about that. That's a great shot from David Boon. Not a very clever ball from Snell. Short outside off stump. Say goodbye.
Certainly hit it very uppishly, so he got under the ball really to really help it on its way. Of course, that's how he got out a couple of days ago. Didn't really get over the ball at all. But the end result is what counts at the end of the day, and certainly well played. Had he got out, of course, it would have been a different story. In Australia's batting performance on Sunday night, and their score of 247, they managed to hit 16 fours on that occasion. Well, already today, they've hit 6.
Oh, yes, he's going to go. Will he hit? Oh, he's missed again. Well, they're not hitting the stumps, and when you don't hit the stumps, you miss run-outs, and if you miss run-outs in one-day cricket, the opposition are going to score runs.
The South Africans certainly had a couple of shies at the stumps today, and they have missed. It would have been out.
That brings up the 100 for Australia. 100 at 3.37. And in the commentary box now, Ian Chappell, and with him, Greg.
Boon will be looking for 2. It's well run. And in fact, they get a bonus. And that's the 50 partnership between Boon and Jones. 1 for 112. Caught at mid-off. So Dean Jones is sent on his way by Allan Donald. Allan Donald having picked up his wicket once again.
Very hard for a batsman to keep jumping down the wicket to pace bowlers and hitting the ball in the middle of the bat and through the gap. Dean Jones gives it the full flow of the bat, but you saw the bat twist in his hand. He got a thick outside edge. Alan Donald is delighted to pick up his wicket again. So is Hansie Cronje. So Dean Jones returns to the pavilion. Australia are 2 for 112. You have a drinks break.
Mark Waugh, century maker in the second final, and got Australia into this position where they're contesting the third final. Mark Waugh opens his scoring with a typical shot through the onside. Beautiful player off his pads. 64 to David Boon. He's faced nearly a century of deliveries. Mark Waugh just at the crease. Dean Jones dismissed with the score at 112 after adding 50 with David Boon. Boon and Hayden added 62 for the first wicket. Fanie de Villiers. And caught at point again. David Boon has been getting out in that position a number of times lately because he doesn't hit the cut shot down.
I was just about to say that the Australian batsmen haven't found runs easy to come by, and the main reason is that the South Africans have bowled pretty tight. Just a bit of room there for David Boon. Tried to hit it really hard, got it a bit high on the face of the bat, and Jonty Rhodes did the rest. And that's a pretty important breakthrough. The game is very evenly poised as David Boon goes back for 64. Australia 3 for 114.
Waugh twins together again. In the first final, they had a partnership of 44 off just 48 deliveries. That's good placement. Finding the short boundary.
Pretty good bit of timing and placement here from Steve Waugh. A vain dive from the mid-wicket fielder. Once it got past him, the crowd knew where it was going to go. Runs have been pretty hard to come by for the Australian batsmen throughout the innings. Early on.
And he's found the gap at mid-wicket again. 10 runs off that over. In the commentary position now, Richie Benaud and Bill Lawry.
And a few more shots like that from Steve and Mark Waugh. Steve Waugh, the one playing it there. Very strong on the onside so far in this innings.
Very dangerous player with a strike rate in the 70s, Stephen Waugh. This is the one where he just pushes it outside off stump and whips it from off stump to backward square leg. On the air.
And there it goes. That's what the Australians didn't want. They needed this partnership to flourish. They needed Mark and Steve Waugh to keep going. And Steve Waugh has gone. Vital for the South Africans to pick up a wicket there. Absolutely vital.
He cannot be critical of his method, though. He's trying to smash it over the short boundary. He's whipped 2 away. This time he gets an inside edge onto off stump. And that's a vital breakthrough by the South African captain. Waugh bowled for 17. Well, that's a tremendous ovation. I'm not sure that does anything for your confidence when you're taking guard under pressure. It just lost a wicket. 4 for 150 in the vital overs. Allan Border on strike to Hansie Cronje. Tremendous ovation for a great cricketer. He's batting under pressure here in the final overs. He's immediately off the mark. South African viewers and their New Zealand viewers. Hard-fought series between two very good sides. Mark Waugh just beats the man at mid-wicket, goes for 4. It was in the air. That's all happening at the Sydney Cricket Ground. Plenty of tension. Rundle to Mark Waugh. He's got that one though. He went to the well once too often. And that's 4. Well, they won't dive. They're a tired side in the field, South Africa. The pressure of 2 games in 3 days showing in the field. In the test match in the first final, they were on song. Today, they're playing out of tune. Rundle continues. Full pitch is in the air. The man down there waits. Stare, oh dear. Callaghan on the back foot made no effort to charge it and take what could have been a vital catch.
Well, I won't say I don't believe that because I actually saw it. Oh, dear.
It's a good straight hit. Should go all the way. Yes, that's what happens. You give them a chance, they take a mile. Border hitting that cleanly and straight.
Lovely shot again, good footwork. Got him down, not quite to the pitch of the ball, but allowed him to hit it in the air. Didn't have to keep it along the ground, and it was perfectly timed. Sort of stroke he played down in Melbourne when he made 40-odd in the first of these finals. In the air again, over extra cover, good shot. Beautiful footwork and perfect placement.
Yes, all of a sudden what could have been a great over for South Africa. The Australians take control with a 4 and 3 off 2 deliveries.
This is what's available to Hansie Cronje. Richard Snell still has 2 overs to go, and Fanie de Villiers. And that will be of vital importance. Rundle's just finishing his 7th. De Villiers and Snell will be the 2 to bowl.
It's in the air. It's going all the way. It's 4 more. That's beautifully timed. This time he's wide of Dave Callaghan at long off. Superb stroke.
So they're to 190 now, just 10 short of that 200 mark we were talking about, and that's beautifully played. It was meant to be the restricting ball. As it is, they've saved 1. Didn't quite go for 4, and that is a great performance from Mark Waugh, 4 for 193.
Ian Chappell and Tony Greig take up the commentary.
Donald with just 1 to go. 1 for 35. His figures very tidy. Waugh really going great guns. Oh, and that was off the bowler, nearly onto the stumps, nearly onto the umpire, and Border gets 1.
Actually a chance for Alan Donald. I think he thought it was coming a bit quicker than what it actually was. Really grabbed at it with the one hand, thinking that it was coming quickly, but in fact it was mishit.
I think he stung his fingers, and there he goes again. 5th ball. And he's hit that one well too, but the sweeper's running around. He'll cut it off. They'll end up getting 2, but Waugh comes back for his 50. So a magnificent innings by Mark Waugh. .43 balls for his 50. They're on their feet. 4 overs to be bowled. Snell has bowled 8. He's going to continue. Full toss and the 50 partnership between Border and Waugh. But that's a very useful partnership. Just 42 balls and 50 runs. Always hit the stumps. A big appeal there, and Hansie asking the umpire again. I tell you what, that was very, very close. Now, he's asking, yes, he's talked him into it. He's talked him into the replay. And I suspect that Waugh reckons he's out because he's starting to wander away. Have a look at it.
Yes, that's what talked Steve Randall into calling for the videotape replay, because Mark Waugh was on his way. He knew that he was out. The replay shows that he was out. Hansie Cronje pointed to the fact that Mark Waugh was walking, and he's going to be walking further now. It's amazing how the players, in most circumstances, they know exactly what the situation is. The batsmen know when they've had it. Mark Waugh was correct on that occasion. Very good innings.
Ian Healy is the new batsman, and have a look at his strike rate, 87.3. Hansie Cronje pointing out towards his fieldsman down there. The 1-2, Border's out of all. He's running down the wicket. Doesn't want it. That's out. Is it? No, it's not. He's got back. Yes. Oh, no, he wants a replay. Well, Healy is in no doubt. He's on his way. That was my first reaction. Let's have a look.
Healy was going for the second. I'm not sure why, because Border was never coming for the second. The replay, the relay throw shows Ian Healy well short. So he's gone as well. 2 run-outs. And that's what South Africa have been looking for, some wickets. It's now 6-4-220.
Paul Reiffel, the new batsman out there, because of the mix-up between Healy and Border. Healy really setting off. If he hits this, will be out. No, he's missed. Well, that could have been another no-run ball had he hit. Just missed the stumps.
Reiffel had the right idea, I guess, to get Border on strike. And he's eventually achieved that.
I bowled him. Border going for the big one. Clean bowled. So Border out for 30 off 26 balls. A real quick fire knock.
Well, the wicket's now starting to fall, and with the wickets falling, the South Africans maybe just keeping this total within the realms of possibility.
It's an Allan Border walking off the Sydney cricket ground. Could this be for the last time in an international? Huge cheer from everyone here. So Shane Warne, out in the centre now. He's out there with Reiffel. All they're going to have to do is throw the bat. Another single. So just 1 ball to go now. Can they finish this innings with a big one?
It's the man who could mess up the equation for South Africa. Is at the non-striker's end, Shane Warne with his bowling.
That one's gone off the edge. It's going down to third man. Reiffel will come back for the second. Will the throw be good enough to get him? Yes, he's got him. So Reiffel run out, going back for the second off the last ball of the Australian innings. 8 for 223.
That was a very good performance from the Australians. At one stage it looked as though they mightn't make any more than 200. I reckon they got another 20-25 runs there on top of what might have been the case. The South Africans came back at them very well, and that is an attainable total for the South Africans. They need 224 at 4.48 per over. A wonderful knock from Mark Waugh, 60 from 53 balls. A good effort from Border towards the end, 30 from 26. And the South Africans, well, their fielding let them down, but the bowlers did a good job. Donald 1 for 40, De Villiers 2 wickets, 1 for Cronje at a cost of 35, and Rundle 1 for 53 off 7. He was the man they took to out there, Mark Waugh in particular. So it's 224 at 4.48 per over. This is going to be a wonderful contest here at the SCG.
Peter Kirsten is on strike at the moment, facing the first ball from Craig McDermott. And straight away does what he does so well, although just looking at him run down the wicket there, that's a worrying sight. He's limping quite badly. So Peter Kirsten, who we know pulled a thigh muscle, apart from being hit in the head, has got a bit of a problem running between the wickets, so it's going to slow them up a little bit. Oh, Richard, may the best side win.
I'm always looking for the entertainment value here, Tony. I'd like to see it go to the last ball. I didn't say which side I'd like to see win.
Oh, a little mix-up. Waugh has a shy. That would have been out. So the Australians getting off to a bad start in terms of direct hits as well. Kirsten would definitely have been out. There was a little stutter there. Last ball of the over, McDermott. Nicely placed and fall in behind that one. Well, Tim May, instead of going across to pick that one up, he's almost fallen in beside it. Well, good over for South Africa, no wicket for 10. Border being patched up. He's obviously taken a bit of skin off his leg. Not a bad leg, that is it.
Lovely leg.
He's hit that one through the field on the offside. So Peter Kirsten dragging his leg down the wicket, hoping this is going to go to the boundary. It won't. And so they'll end up settling for 3. Will they go for another one? Yes, they're going. Will this be out? No, it won't. I think he's got home. No, he's asked for a replay. Another replay. Well, he's still on the ground. What do you think, Richard?
Very close. That's why there's a replay, Greggy. I'm going to sit on the fence here. But if South Africa lose a wicket here through this, it is very foolish indeed. And that looks to be safe. Safe, Tony.
Well, they have to give him in. Having given the other one in, it's neck. It's exactly the same as Hayden's. No different. Let's have another look. He had to bring it back a long way. Got the stumps there. The bails aren't off yet. They're not off yet. The bails are still on. The bails... Oh, yes, I'm afraid he's got to go. Well, he's gone. I'll tell you what, they'll be feeling a little hard done by after the Hayden incident. However, I think the replay clearly showed there that he was just short. So South Africa 1 down for 21. Hansie Cronje, the South African captain, is the new batsman. Strike rate of 67, an average of 30.34. Three runs and a wicket in that over, 1 for 21. In the commentary box now, Bill Laurie and Greg Chappell.
McDermott from the members' end. It's a good shot. Oh, his chance. This is a chance he's given him. How was that run out without backing up? Smack cricket. You should always get back. The ball deflects from McDermott into the stumps. And that's a real cruel blow for South Africa.
It was an interesting one there because Hansie Cronje gave himself out. Steve Randell hadn't given the decision, and Hansie decided to walk off. Didn't even wait for Steve Randell to call for the third umpire. Really, it was a bit careless there by the South African captain. He's only got himself to blame, and it's a pumped-up Craig McDermott. Hansie Cronje fails to score. South Africa now under a lot of pressure, 2 for 23.
Jonty Rhodes, the new batsman at non-striker's end. Gary Kirsten gets that past Tim May. Tim May's got the legs going, but he's not all that fast. They're 3 for 2, and they should come back for 3 here. Well, that's bad luck for the South African captain, but it was poor cricket when the ball's coming down your side of the wicket. Hansie Cronje really need to show some desperation as Jonty Rhodes takes guard with a career strike rate of 72.5. Hansie Cronje probably think he's a bit unlucky, but it was really careless cricket. Nicely timed, but straight to mid-on. 2 for 26. Crowd really warmed up here with a good start by the Australians, defending 224 runs. That's another one. That's 3 for 26. South Africa falling in a big heap here at the Sydney Cricket Ground. Paul Reiffel picks up the first wicket for the bowlers here tonight. A straightforward and simple catch.
A very soft dismissal here. Gary Kirsten driving at the ball, never to the pitch of the ball. Mark Waugh, you can't hit the ball in the air near him. Takes the catch very easily. Paul Reiffel's very pleased. Gary Kirsten not quite so happy. He's out for 10. South Africa in a lot of trouble, 3 for 26.
Errol Stewart with a career average of 14, high score of 23 and a strike rate of 63.8 facing Reiffel. It's a good shot. Well played. That's what's needed. 4 off the over. It's 3 for 32. Richie Benaud and Ian Chappell take up the commentary.
South Africa got away to a good start, but those 3 dismissals very quickly hauled them back in. 3 for 51 after 17 overs, South Africa, and tremendous reception from the Sydney crowd for Shane Warne. Richie and I are now accompanied by the current affair host, Ray Martin. Welcome, Ray.
Thanks, Ian, very much. Richie, nice to be here.
Big appeal there from Ian Healy, and he's gone. So Shane Warne has done the trick in his first over.
Well, that wasn't the new ball, Ian. What's left to bowl through his legs.
Errol Stewart, the man gone for 13. It's 4 for 51 here at the SCG.
Dave Callaghan, the new batsman, coming into the side tonight in place of Daryl Cullinan.
I wonder, Richie, with 40,000 people here, how many of these kids are here with their parents because of Shane Warne?
20,000.
Yeah.
And they'll go home and they'll practice leg spin tomorrow morning. Ooh. As long as they don't practice that, they'll be all right.
I talked to 3 or 4 9 and 10-year-olds just a moment ago out there, and I said, who's your hero? And all of them said Shane Warne. And I've got a friend who coaches a couple of junior teams, and he says no one wants to be Tomo or Lily, they want to be Shane Warne.
Well, it goes in cycles. 4 for 61, South Africa. This is Steve Waugh coming in from the members' end. Well, just a matter of inches. Craig McDermott was the man coming around there. He's a good fielder and a tremendous trier. Almost made it.
Dean Jones, and didn't get it in his hand properly. That's the reason why it was so wild. You don't get that ball in the hand properly when you go to throw it, and obviously that one was up near the top of the fingers. She got away. That's a lovely shot. Looks like a very competent onside player, Dave Callaghan. 7 runs off the over. It's 4 for 78. In the commentary position now, Greg Chappell and Tony Greig.
Thanks, Ian. 29 overs, and Rhodes and Callaghan continue. They continue to try and create a little bit of a launching pad. See if right at the death they can throw themselves at the Aussie side and pull off what will be an amazing victory if they do it. Straight down the ground. Well, that relieves the pressure a little bit. That breaks the sequence of 18 singles. Into the fence it goes. So good shot.
Well, it is a difficult situation for the South Africans, and Jonty Rhodes is handling it pretty well. He has to take a few risks. An interesting delivery there from Shane Warne. Not quite the full-blooded leg spinner. A bit of anxiety there on the South African balcony. Hansie Cronje in the middle, putting the hand behind the head, but he won't be that relaxed.
Well, it's in the air, and that's out. They needed that one, and they've got it. Going for the sweep shot. Looked to me as if it probably hit the back of the bat. Went straight up in the air, and Healy made the catch. So Rhodes out for 43, 68 balls, and this is a vital wicket for Australia.
The sweep shot finally brings him undone. Jonty Rhodes has been more than happy to sweep against Shane Warne. This time the ball just holding up enough. Spinning back in, getting the back of the bat, as Tony called it. Ian Healy takes the catch. Jonty Rhodes has gone for a fine 43. South Africa 5 for 110.
Dave Richardson, the new batsman, in the commentary box now, Ian Chappell, and with him Sir Richard Hadley.
Thanks, Tony. Jonty Rhodes out for 43. Dave Richardson on strike to face just one ball in this over. So Shane Warne picking up his second wicket as figures of 2 for 28 now from 8. McDermott coming back into the attack from the Randwick end. Ian Healy has taken it. So McDermott has done exactly what the captain wanted. Got a breakthrough.
I think it's fair to say now that it's all over for South Africa. In fact, McDermott running in very freely, looked very good indeed coming back in this spell. Started indifferently with the new ball at the start of the South African innings, but he's come back beautifully. Good line, good length. Callaghan not really moving his feet. The edge has been found. McDermott's happy, so is Healy. And the 6th South African wicket is now down. South Africa in all sorts of trouble. And one suspects now there'll be a formality for Australia to win this match. 6 for 117.
What we can deduce from that, with a career average of 13 and a strike rate of 92, is that Richard Snell scores very quickly for a short time. Mark immediately. McDermott getting a breakthrough in that 34th over, picking up the wicket of Callaghan for 30. Just 4 men inside the circle with Richard Snell on strike. That's very good placement.
Just a little bit of bottom hand there too, was quite delicately played. Very wristy. I think we might see Snell go for 1 or 2 big hits here. He may as well. They certainly need some boundaries. That run rate's getting further and further.
Oh, trouble at the bowler's end. He's home. Call for the videotape replay again. Strike me, Ray. Is home by a mile.
Certainly the umpires are relying on the television replay to make some decisions. So let's just have another little look here. Well, I think you'll find that he's okay. I suppose one would say if an umpire can't make a decision without the use of a replay on that, there's usually some question marks about his competence. 6 for 123.
Oh, yes, no. Trouble at the bowler's end. It went right through Craig McDermott's hands and hit the stumps. Mark Waugh, the fielder.
A stroke of good fortune or sheer genius from Mark Waugh, who really is an outstanding fielder. I just wonder what would have happened if McDermott would have had to have stopped that ball. The batsman would have had enough time to get back there, but it really is a direct hit. Look at that outstanding fielding. The Australians certainly pride themselves on that. McDermott was probably told to let it go by somebody. He did the right thing at the end of the day. The wicket's been broken. Snell's gone, run out for 6. South Africa 7 for 124.
New man at the crease, Dave Rundle. And you could say there's not much to come in the South African order. Dave Rundle, you see, hasn't made a run in this competition yet. Rundle's hit it hard and just wide of Dean Jones. And has he got it on the hand? Yes, he has. The more important question is how much damage has he done? 7 for 135.
And this clarifies the point about whether Dave Rundle can actually hit the ball. Well, he can. Brilliant effort by Jones.
Well, we'd heard he was a long hitter, Richard. We know he's a hard hitter. Well, now we've just got to see the length. Big shout, and he's been given by umpire Randle. So Randle gives out Rundle.
And Tim May certainly strikes there to pick up his first wicket of the innings. And Rundle made it quite clear that he had to get on with it. And I suspect that's probably not a bad decision. Would have hit leg stump. Will be playing from the crease. And umpire Randall's in the affirmative there. May's pretty happy. Rundle won't be. So South Africa, all sorts of trouble at 8 for 136.
Fanie de Villiers with a batting average of 4. Walks to the crease. In the commentary position now, Richie Benaud and Bill Laurie.
They'll just take the single there, take it up to 8 for 141.
That's the situation as far as the crowds are concerned. 69, 39 and 37. He's got a top edge there. Tim May's getting under it. And he's missed it. It goes through his hands. It goes for 4. Well, there you go. McDermott won't be too happy, nor is Tim May. But it's 4 on the board. 8 for 155. There it goes. Here comes Tim May. Oops. Through the hands and into the gutter for 4. He's got that one. He should go for 2. Hayden's the fieldsman. Beautiful pick up and throw, and also good running. 7 off the over. 8 for 165. That's it. Have to happen. Steve Waugh, spot on target. Picks up his first wicket. De Villiers, clean bowled. The end is near for South Africa.
Just the top of the leg stump. Finally, de Villiers doing what he had to do there to try and make something of the tail end part of this match. Out for 15 and 9 for 166.
Alan Donald hasn't troubled the scorers in this series so far. And had to join Richardson. Richardson on 24. De Villiers out for 15, bowled by Steve Waugh. Struck that out to backward point. Hayden, the fieldsman. Beautiful pick up and a quick throw. Steve Waugh doesn't give the batsman too much width in this type of situation. He'll always be attacking the stumps. Tremendous roar around the Sydney Cricket Ground from 37,000 fans as Allan Border prepares to bowl the final over. Tremendous ovation. They've taken one. They're coming back for the second. It's good running. Well fielded.
Been some very good fielding here this evening. The South Africans were just a little bit slipshod. This is the last ball.
And that's the end. A very good victory by the Australians. They defended that total grandly. They've outplayed the South Africans in the last 2 finals. Allan Border waving to the crowd. They've given him a tremendous ovation right around the ground here today. In comes Mark Taylor, the 12th man and vice captain of the Test side. All the Australian players will be very happy with that performance. When you're down 1-0, it's always tough. They've come back here on the Sydney Cricket Ground on Sunday and here today and convincingly beating the South Africans.
Not good enough, South Africa. 9 for 188 with top score there. Jonty Rhodes, 43 from 68 balls. He played very well, and he played the spinners well once again with good footwork, and some of the other batsmen may need to copy that. 30 for Callaghan and 38 not out to Richardson, but they struggled all the way through after those run-outs. Kirsten at the top there out for 14, and Cronje unluckily run out off the bowler's hand without scoring after facing 13 balls. South Africa, in fact, lost 3 for 5 in 25 balls, and then again they lost 3 for 14 in 24, and they could never recover in front of a crowd of just under 38,000. The Australian bowling, McDermott bowled well once again, might still just have a little problem with his knee. Reiffel 1 for 32. Steve Waugh exemplary once more with his change of pace. Very difficult to score from. 1 for 39 in 10. Shane Warne 2 for 36 in 10. Tim May 1 for 31. And the last over, the 50th, bowled by Allan Border. 1 over, no maiden, no wicket for 6. And here now is the Australian captain. He's talking with Tony Greig.
Congratulations. It was a pretty tough one, that. 1-0 down, not easy to win.
Exactly, Tony. It was just a tremendous fight back by our fellas. We haven't done it the hard way in these Benson Hedges finals, so I was very pleased coming back from 1-0 down to win the last 2 games. Sensational performance. I would like to commiserate the South Africans. They've had a tremendous run this summer. They've been a great team, very good competitors. We've enjoyed playing against them. Looking forward to the test match in Adelaide and then on to see how we go in South Africa. But to the Benson Hedges company, their continued support is absolutely outstanding. And to my own team, well done, fellas. And to the Sydney crowd for their fantastic support. Thank you.
Leave it there. Thanks, Alan.